We are living in a world, one side people believe in the existence of God, other side people believe in the non-existence of God. But what does science say about God and the famous physicist said about the same matter? We cannot prove or disprove the existence of God because science is based on the thing that is testable, falsifiable and reproducible. The father of modern physics, Galileo, was asked the same question at the time of his persecution. Do you believe in God? He answered, conclusion. The purpose of religion is to determine how to go to heaven. The purpose of science is to determine how the heaven goes. The purpose of religion is to teach ethics, how to be a good person in the society, how a person should act in the society. The purpose of science is to figure out the natural law. When these two combines together, then there the problem starts. Now comes to Isaac Newton. With the help of three laws, three natural laws, he thrust us into the age of calculus and three laws of motion. He said the universe is a clock, a gigantic clock. The clock is ticking and God set it into motion and it has been obeying the three laws of motion. Isaac Newton was criticized because of his new picture about the universe. One day, a priest sent a letter to him for asking a question. The question was like this. If the universal law of gravity is attraction, that means the earth is attracted by the sun and the sun is attracted to the galaxy, then why didn't the universe collapse? He was floored. He was speechless. He was surprised. He could not able to answer this question with the help of his three laws. At last, he said the God has to intervene and tweak the three laws of motion. That is why the universe did not collapse. He was forced to say that because he was sitting at the highest post in the Cambridge University. You have to be religious at that time to get that post. Now comes to Einstein. Einstein comes up with a new solution for the paradox of gravity. He said there is an anti-gravitational force which is called cosmological constant. There is a balance between the gravity and the anti-gravity. Today, the more acceptable theory of this is called Big Bang. At the time of Einstein, he was not very confident about the cosmological constant. But today we know there is an anti-gravitational force called the dark energy which is pushing the galaxies apart. Einstein has been asked the same question. Do you believe in God? He said there are two types of God. The first one is the personal God. The God that you pray. The God that answers your prayers. The God that do miracles. Einstein believed in the God of Spinoza, the God of beauty, the God of elegance, the God of simplicity. In other words, we can say the laws of physics could be a type of God for him. And the existence of God, he left it open. Now comes to Stephen Hawking. He comes out with a scientific proof of non-existence of God. He said, look at the science. The universe was created instantly after the Big Bang. It took only trillionth of a second after the Big Bang. That means there is no time for any creator to create the universe. Most of the scientists and physicists are against this theory because the Big Bang theory is the byproduct of Einstein's theory of relativity. Theory of relativity is useless at the instant of Big Bang and center of the black hole. That is why he was suffering his last 30 years to develop a unified field theory that is called the theory of everything, or to read the mind of God. In the beginning and mid of the century, some people claimed that we will not understand the secrets of consciousness, but we achieved successfully the most successful theory of all time, physical theory of all time, called quantum mechanics, the theory of atom. This is based on the idea of the probability, which means that we don't know exactly where an electron is. The electron can exist in multiple states. That means electron can be either or here at the same time. Based on this theory, we achieved the modern telecommunication system, GPS, MRI scan, radio, TV, everything what we are, the modern electronics we are using is based on this. This foreign nature of the subatomic world will lead us to, sometimes it leads us to the sixth sense, or we called the cosmic consciousness, or we can say the God. Erwin Schrödinger, Austrian physicist, one of the founding fathers of quantum mechanics, he was trying to explain the strange behavior of electrons. Sometimes electrons act as a particle, other time electrons act as a wave, like those on the surface of the pond. His most celebrated paradox is this: place a cat inside a sealed box with a container of poisonous gas. The box contains a lump of uranium. That uranium atom is uncertain, that emits particle. This particle can be detected by a Geiger counter. That Geiger counter is connected to a hammer. That hammer breaks the glass and the poisonous gas spread, and that killed the cat. As per the quantum physics, the cat neither dead nor alive. How can the cat be the both state simultaneously? That was the paradox. Schrödinger's cat was showing us nothing in this world is certain until someone do some measurements. The cat paradox we can explain like this. If the uranium fires, that kills the cat, that described by a wave. If the uranium does not fire, that means the cat is alive, that is also described by a wave. To determine the state of the cat, we need to open the box and do some measurements. That means an observation is required to understand the present existence or the state of the cat. It says, in this process, the measurement collapse both the waves together to understand us whether the cat is live or dead. The cat paradox leading us to a strange realm in all science. The realm of cosmic consciousness or God, the realm of multi-universe. 1967, Eugene Wigner, one of the pioneers in quantum mechanics, his theory leading us to different form of working of the universe. He said, the person's consciousness who is looking at the cat is determine the existence of cat. That means the cat and the observer both are the parts of the universe, same parts of the universe. That means you need another observer to observe the first observer. That means you need a chain of people to looking after people. At last it hit the cosmic consciousness. That means an external consciousness is looking all over us. That is why our both waves are collapsed into single wave and we say we are alive. Material world may come and go, but the consciousness remain as the defining elements. What is your say about the defining elements? If your statements are falsifiable, testable and reproducible, then there is a Nobel Prize waiting for you.